Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to another Ace video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my free-to-play Queen of Tides team that is successful for Stage 12, Endgame Dungeon, great gear. We're going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about a few tweaks that I'm going to make to the team to make the team a little bit more successful. I'll talk about that as well. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. Just a quick reminder, all the links to my social media are in the description below, so definitely check that out. Join us on Discord, where we're talking about the game, sharing tips, tricks, and strategies. All right, so right up front, this team, I will say this team is successful 50 to 60% of the time. There are a few tweaks that I need to make, so we're going to discuss those along the way. And at the end of the video, there's a non-commentary run of Queen of Tides 12. I'll let you watch. This run was a little bit longer than the usual runs. It ran around 12 minutes. Where my team is currently, the best time that I've ran so far is around 9 minutes. So it did take a little bit longer on this one. But again, there are some things that I need to do to this team just to help it a little bit. So to improve that success rate, again, about 50 to 60% of the time, I am able to complete Queen of Tides 12. So let's take a look at my team and where I have them currently. Now, this is bare minimum stuff. I mean, I've been trying to create the most free-to-play team that I can for Queen of Tides, and also curious kind of what the bare minimum stats and everything are. So we're going to take a look at some of that. So first, we'll take a look at Hakron. Hakron, I think, is critical, especially if you have a lot of issues with survivability. The reason why is because right here grants a team-wide defense bonus equal to 10% of this character's defense rating. So that goes without saying that the gear should be defense-focused. Now, I've got all Vanguard gear. It's not the best gear, but it does help and it does work. I've got my stats. If we take a look at his stats, really focused on defense. I want to get his health up there as well. Attack and that really not all that important here because I'm really working using his passives. So my defense is around 2,700. I do want to get that up a little bit higher, 3,000 or higher, maybe more towards 4,000 or 5,000. But it is still working. I've got him at 13K, almost 14K for health. So this is working. Again, his attack's not all that important, neither is crit or focus. If you can get some agility, that's always nice because it deflects attacks, which reduces the damage. But my agility here, as you can see, is at 5. So that is where I am. Now, for him specifically, what I'm focusing on right now, and I'm having a bad time getting Valak, because every single hero, every single unit that I use here, you can either oh my gosh, what's the frickin' term? You can either synthesize or they're pretty easy to pull from summons. So we'll take a look at that here in just a second. All right, so that's where we have him stat-wise. That's where we have him gear-wise, all Vanguard. I'm working on improving that as well. Let's see. Let's take a look at his Ascension. Right here, the reason why I'm working on his Ascension is this. Once you get him up to Ascension 2, it gives a 20%. So instead of 10% of this character's defense, it bumps up to 20%. So that I think will definitely help. So as I increase his health and his defense and get him to Ascension 2, that will really help with the survivability of my team, and that's going to increase my success rate. Again, running around 50 to 60%, that's going to help quite a bit. All right, next is going to be Santis. Santis, she's pretty squishy in here, but again, it is a water dungeon, and she is water, so there is no decrease in damage that happens to her. It's pretty much flat damage. So show you where I am with her right now. Here I go with stats. I'm at 16K for health and a little over 1K for defense. These other ones I'm not really a whole lot focused on. If I can throw anything on there with agility, I will, because again, it reduces the damage that you take. But that's where I am. Now, my focus is running around 43%. I could bump that up a little bit. I think one of the reasons why the run that you're going to see at the end of this video took so long is just because some of the poisons didn't stick as much as they could have. Now, there's other runs where they stick quite a bit, but at 43%, I'll take a look at the gear that I gear her up with, and that if I can add some focus in there without sacrificing health and defense, then I will. Now, as far as gear goes, what I ended up going with, because her survivability really sucks, is Revival. I made sure I had a decent Revival set, and then I've got kind of two pieces of gear here that gives me defense, health. That's really kind of what I'm focused on right now for her. So I've just kind of put some gear in there that was going to help me with that. So again, that's where my stats are right there. You can see the gear that I'm using. The Revival helps quite a bit. If you don't have any issues with her survivability, Cursed would be good too. The reason for that is because if we take a look at her basic, if you can do an additional attack, then you have an additional poison that you can apply. So Cursed is good. The counterattack set would be good as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Once I can get her sustainability, her survivability much better than what it is now, I can get rid of Revival. I can put either Cursed or that counterattack set on her. All right, next is going to be, so those are my two epics. The other two are elites. Did I run? Yeah, I ran by it right here. So Rhaenyra, she's pretty decent. A pretty easy pull. I've got her at Ascension 5. I don't feel that it's necessary to take Rhaenyra and Valak up to level 60. I think level 50 works just fine. As far as gear for her, I've got her Revival set as well. And then I've got a couple Terra pieces here just to help with her health. And that works pretty well. Because again, with Revival, restores 10% of max health at the start of the turn or 20% if under 50% health. So that's why health is so important, especially when you have Revival gear on your unit. So if I take a look at my stats, kind of where she is right now, she's not even 10k on her health, and she's at not even 1,000 on her defense. So as I look for better gear for her, these are the two things that I'm looking at most to make sure that I can bump up. Now her abilities here, so right here, plus 10% max health. Ascension gives her plus 20%. Her basic here deals 80% damage to an enemy with a 50% chance to apply attack down. Right here, heals the caster and ally and removes all negative effects. So once, I can't remember, but once Queen of Tides, once she puts on that cage, that just makes one of your units inactive. She casts this quite a bit, which takes that away, and that just helps so that the unit that she's tying up that can't attack, just can attack quicker and do more. So I think that's pretty beneficial right there. And then obviously her healing also applies defense up to the target for 2 turns. So that's pretty beneficial as well. Again, there's my gear. But my stats, really, I do want to increase her health and her defense. Nothing else here. I'm not using her for attacks. In this dungeon, it's all poison. And poison isn't specific to any specific stat that you have. It's based on the health of the enemy. So you can't increase the amount of damage of that poison. So what you want to do is increase the survivability of your team. All right. Let's see. Let's go to Valak. Valak's the other one here. I do have him at Ascension 5 as well. Again, I don't feel you need to take him up to 60. You can if you want to, and if you've got the resources, feel free to take both of these elite units up to level 60. Also, every single unit has max abilities, max glyphs. So make sure you do that as well. For him, I do want to get a good curse set because when you take a look at his basic, when he does, if he can do an additional attack, he's going to add a poison similar to Santis, so you can just rack up more poisons. But right now I can't because I'm really focused on his survivability as well. Now, since he and Rhaenyra are opposite of the water, so they're wood, then they're taking less damage than the other two. So you will see that the more squishy units are going to be Hakrin and Santis, which is why it's more important for them to make sure that you get your defense and your health up. All right, so Valak here. Where was I going in for Valak here? Just taking a look at his gear. Oh, so with him, I do want to get a good curse set, but right now, I think I wanted to show this. This is where I have him now. Almost 12k for health. I've got him at almost 1500 for defense, and then everything else you can see where I have him. Agility at 22. My focus is at 34, less than Santis. So again, you can, I think that's kind of a tertiary ability that you want to take a look at, or stat you want to take a look at. Definitely health and defense are going to be your highest. Maybe focus will be more of a, like I said, a tertiary stat, and then agility kind of the 4th priority. If you can find that. If not, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Again, health and defense is going to be the most important for you here. So I'll continue to work on him. Really, as far as improving his gear, getting him a good cursed set. And that's it. That is my team. So let's go ahead, take a look at the dungeon itself. This is 12. Again, the reason why I enjoy this dungeon so much is because I get Warrior set, I get Curse set, and I get Revival. This is the only dungeon where I use all 3 sets. And again, I really wanted to work on this dungeon and put together a free-to-play team that was easy to build or semi-easy. It does take some time to build up because you do need to make sure that you ascend properly, make sure you get the right gear, get them up to the right levels. Again, this is bare minimum stuff. I'm running at about 50 to 60%. So as I increase those stats, once I get Hackrin up to Ascension 2, so he goes from a 10% to a 20% defense to the whole team, that's going to help quite a bit. All right, so that's what I had for the team. Let's go ahead and take a look at Queen of Tides really quick here. As far as this book, what I typically do is I will take the side units out first because, let's take a look at this right one. Right now, he deals damage to all enemies, heals boss for 30% max health. That's why I take the right one out first, and then I'll go down to the left. This one here specifically applies joint attack to an ally for 2 turns. That is annoying, but I do want to reduce the heals on the boss, so that's why I go right first, then I go left, and then I take care of the boss automatically. And that, where it is Stifling Aqua Cage. This is the one where Rodira will remove from whatever unit is tied up with this Aqua Cage. All right, so that is what I had for you. Very interested in your thoughts. What do you think of this team? What team are you using? Free to play. I will be putting together another video on Queen of Tides that is a non-free to play team, more of kind of speed team. How can you get through this as quick as possible? So wanted to go ahead and put something like that together as well. But this was my first priority, a good free-to-play team. Make sure you get some good gear. This gear, though, I will tell you, I wish that they would increase the drop rates for the legendary gear because I'm still getting a lot of crap gear out of here. I run 20 and 30 runs a day, maybe even more, and I'm just not, I don't get enough legendary gear. So hopefully they improve their drop rates because if you make it to stage 12, this isn't the easiest dungeon by far. I mean, and it's not the hardest either, but if you can make it up to stage 12, I think the reward should be just a little bit better. All right, that's what I have for you. I'm going to leave you with the rest of the video. You can see how the Queen of Tides runs and with the team that I currently have. Very interested in your thoughts. Again, let me know in the description below. I can't talk today. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care and enjoy the rest of the video.
Magic controls everything. This world will be consumed.
Get away from this land!
Is it all you do? You will make it out alive.
Get ready! Get ready! Runic power! Follow my... Get away from this land!
This world will be consumed.
Get ready!
Is it all you... You will make it out alive.
Get ready!
This world will be consumed.
away from this land!
Is it all you?
Get ready! Get ready! Get ready!
You won't make it out alive.
Get ready! Get ready! Get ready! Get away from this land!
This world will be consumed. Is it all you?
Suna, wipe them out!
You won't make it out alive.
I will sweep you away.
Get away from this land!
This world will be consumed.
The time is all.
Unit power, follow my commands!
Is it all you do?
So much darkness!
Suna, wipe them out.
You won't make it out alive.
Get away from this land!
I will sweep you away.
Unit power, follow my commands!
This world will be consumed.
The time is all.
Is it all you do?
Get away from this land!
Suna, wipe them out.
You won't make it out alive.
Unit power, follow my...
I will sweep you away.
This world will be consumed.
The time is all.
Is it all you?
Get away from this land.
Tsunami, wipe them out.
You will make it out alive.
So much darkness. Runic power. Follow my commands.
I will sweep you away.
This world will be consumed.
The time is all.
Get away from this land.
Is it all you?
So much darkness. Runic power. Follow my...
Tsunami, wipe them out.
You will make it out alive.
I will sweep you away.
Get away from this land.
This world will be consumed.
The time is all.
So much darkness. Runic power. Follow my...
Is it all you?
Tsunami, wipe them out.
You will make it out alive.
Get away from this land.
I will sweep you away.
This ends now. Runic power. Follow my...
This world will be consumed.
The time is all.
Is it all you do?
Tsunami, wipe them out.
You will make it out alive.
This ends now. Get away from this land.
I will sweep you away.
This world will be consumed.
The time is all.
Is it all you?
This ends
Tsunami, wipe them out.
You will make it out alive.